Alright, so this is the continuation video for question 2.5. Okay, in the previous video I explained the angles at the four cardinal points: northeast, northwest, north south, and south east, southwest, northeast, south west. Okay, so I've explained those ones. Okay, now let's solve the question. Okay, now let me just read the question out, then I will just write down the parameters. All right, now they said a lady, that is question 2.5 in your physics 101 textbook. That is in the vector, chapter 2 is vector, question 2.5. Okay, that is the back of the chapter. All right, now they said a lady drove a car northwest. Okay, so northwest. All right, northwest. Now from in the previous video, northwest, what is the angle of northwest? I told you guys, yes. I told you guys then that it's 135 degree. Yes, okay. 135 degree. Yeah, that is it. 135 degree. Okay, so they said a lady drove her car northwest for a distance of what? 10 kilometers. Okay, so a lady drove her car northwest. This is northwest at a distance of 10 kilometers. Okay, now let's continue. Then east for 40 kilometers. Okay, the lady is then east 40 kilometers east. Okay, now east, what is the angle? The angle at east is what? Is that either, I told you guys in previous class, it's either 0 or 360 degree. Okay, so east is 360 degree. The angle at east is 360 degree or what? 0 degree. Okay, then let's continue. Then what is the question? Okay, they said okay, and then south, and then south, and then south for 60 kilometers. Okay, remember I told you guys south is what from the previous class. I told you guys that south is 270 degree. That is the angle. Okay, yes. If you look at this question, they only give us the magnitude: 60 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 40 kilometers. They didn't give us the angle. So how are you going to solve? It doesn't give you the angle. So that is why I did that previous video on how to know the angles or not to get the angles and all. Okay. So they said the last one, they say calculate the overall displacement of the car from the starting point. They are telling us to calculate for the total displacement, the resultant, the net, blah blah, the total. Okay. Yeah, that is it. So that is just it. Okay. Now how are you going to solve this type of question? Okay. Now it's very easy. As far as you have gotten your angle, the rest thing is easy. Okay. So how are you going to solve it? Just do it like this. You take this is the y and this is the x. Now take everything in the y, we take sine. Okay, please. Everything in the y we take sine. Everything in the x we take what? We take cos. Okay. So we start with 10. To be 10 sine. Northeast is what? Northwest is what? 315 degree. Okay. We'll go to this x. We'll still put 10. Now to put cos 135 degree. Okay, then we'll continue plus this is 40 plus 40. I'll put sine east. The angle of east is what? 360 degree or 0 degree. Let me put 0, or you can put anyone. Let me put 360 degree. Okay, I'll go to this side, I'll go to the x, then I'll put plus 40. This sign will turn to cos, so cos 360 degree. Let's continue plus 60 sine. Now this 60 is what? Is south. And remember, south is the angle at south is 270 degree. So now be 60 sine 270 degree. Then plus 60. This sine will turn to cos. Then cos 270 degree. Okay, so that is just it. If you ask them, once we get our y and our s, we look for the resultant. Okay, so let's start. 10 sine coming. 10 sine 135 is okay. 10 sine 135 is 7.07. Okay, 1. Then plus 40 sine 360. 40 sine 360 is 0. Okay, plus 0, then plus 60 sine 270. 60 sine 270 give me minus 60. Okay, this is for y. Let's do for x. 10 cos 315. 10 cos 10 cos 135, I mean to say. Okay, that it will give us minus 7.071, then plus 40 cos 360. 40 cos 360 give me 40 cos 360 give us 40, then plus 60 cos 270. 60, I'm coming, 60 cos 270 give us 0. Okay, let me try this one again. 40 cos 360. 40 cos, I'm coming, 40 cos 360, yes, it's 40. Okay, so this is our y, this is our s. Let's add up all this. Okay, so if you add all this, what will be the answer? Let's try it. 7.071, 0 is nothing, plus 0 plus minus 60 to give us minus 52.929. Then if we add this to give us what? To give us minus 7.071 plus 40 to give us to give us 32.929. Okay, so this is our x, then this is our y. Now let's use these ones to calculate, these two to calculate for what? For the resultant. Okay, remember resultant is root a square plus b square. You can put y square plus x square, is the same thing. Okay, so r equals to, our a is what? Minus 52.929 bracket close, then put square, then plus b is 32.929 bracket close, square. Okay, remember the square of a negative number will give you a positive number. Now, for example, now the square of minus 2 means minus 2 times minus 2. This minus will cancel, so we have a positive number. 2 times will give you 4. Okay, so the square of a negative number will give you what? Will give us a positive number. Okay, so the square of minus minus 52.929. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so our answer here is the square of everything here is 2801.479041, then plus the square of this will give us what? Okay, so we take the square. Okay, I've gotten the square, then let me add it to this one, then we take the square root of everything. All right, okay, all right, okay, now I've gotten, if you add everything, we get we have 388.5.798.082. Now we take the square root of this whole value. Okay, if we take the square root of the whole value, okay, if we take the square root of the whole value, our resultant, which is our final answer, the overall displacement that they ask us to look for, will be equals to what? 62.33 meter. So this is the answer. Okay, so that is how you solve it. Okay, so the important thing to take note of, you need to take note of those angles. Yes, take note of those angles. Yeah, then just know the angles, then just analyze it. You analyze it, you have your answer.